It was a lazy Sunday afternoon, the kind where everything feels calm and ordinary. The sunlight spilled through the windows, casting a warm glow over the room. My wife, Sarah, was sitting on the couch flipping through a magazine while I was lounging in the chair enjoying the peace. The phone rang, shattering the silence. It was an unfamiliar number. I stared at the screen for a moment, and without thinking, I picked it up. But the moment I answered, my world froze. "Hello?" I said, my voice shaky. "Is this Mark?" a woman's voice asked, calm but with an undercurrent of tension. "Yes, this is Mark." "Who's calling?" I responded, already sensing something wasn't right. "This is Jennifer." "I think you need to hear something," the voice on the other end said, before going silent. The seconds felt like hours as I waited, unsure of what was coming next. You might be wondering what could possibly make a phone call so chilling. Well, the answer lies in a betrayal, one that I never saw coming. A betrayal that would unravel everything I thought I knew about love, trust, and the woman I had been married to for over 5 years. You see, my wife Sarah was the love of my life. She was the one I had built my future with, the one I thought I could trust with my very soul. But that trust was about to be shattered, and it all started with that one phone call. Jennifer continued, her voice now shaky as if she was speaking through a veil of guilt. "Mark, I don't know how to say this, but I've been seeing your wife. I didn't want to get involved in something like this, but I can't keep hiding it." I felt the blood drain from my face. My hand trembled as I gripped the phone tighter, my heart pounding in my chest. I glanced over at Sarah, who was now looking up at me, unaware of the storm brewing in my mind. "What do you mean?" "Seeing her?" I stammered, my voice barely a whisper. Jennifer hesitated for a moment before speaking again. "She's been having an affair with my husband for the past 6 months, and I think it's time you knew the truth." The words hit me like a punch to the gut. I stood there frozen as the reality of her words sank in. The woman I loved, my wife, had been betraying me in the most unimaginable way. I took a deep breath, trying to steady myself, but the world around me felt like it was spinning. I turned to look at Sarah, her face still calm, her eyes never once meeting mine. "Who is this woman, Mark?" Sarah finally asked, her voice soft, as if she were pretending that nothing was out of the ordinary. I stared at her, my voice trembling as I repeated what Jennifer had just told me. "You've been sleeping with her husband, Sarah, for 6 months?" The room grew cold, and for the first time in our marriage, I saw a flicker of fear in Sarah's eyes. She stood up slowly, her gaze shifting between me and the door. But there was no escaping what had already been set in motion. I confronted her with the truth, but instead of breaking down in tears, she remained eerily calm, almost too calm. "I didn't want you to find out like this," she said softly, but her words felt empty, hollow. "I never wanted to hurt you, Mark. It just happened." "Just happened?" Those words echoed in my mind like a hollow whisper. How could something so destructive just happen? I wanted to scream, to shout, to demand answers, but all I could do was stand there, numb, feeling the walls of my life crumble around me. As I stood there in shock, Jennifer spoke again, her voice breaking through the silence. "Mark, I'm not the only one. She's been seeing other men too. She's been living a double life." My stomach churned. The betrayal wasn't just with one man, it was with multiple people. The woman I had spent years with, the one I trusted with everything, had been leading a secret life, lying to me every step of the way. "Why?" I asked, my voice barely a whisper. "I was lost," Sarah finally admitted, her voice cracking. "I didn't know how to tell you. I didn't know how to break it to you without destroying everything." But it wasn't the end. Jennifer wasn't finished. "Mark, there's more. Your wife, she's been planning to leave you. She's been telling people that she's done with you, that she doesn't love you anymore." The room went deathly quiet. I couldn't speak. I couldn't breathe. Everything I thought was real, everything I thought was stable, was a lie. And now, the truth had come crashing down. I stood there, staring at Sarah, my mind racing, my heart shattered into a million pieces. The woman I had built a life with, the one I trusted with everything, was not the person I thought she was. I turned to Jennifer and thanked her for revealing the truth. But as I hung up the phone, the silence in the room was deafening. The life I knew was gone, and I had no idea what came next. What would you do if you were in my shoes? Could you ever trust again after such a betrayal? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to hear more stories like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next.